All right, so I'm working on the fills here, and I'm almost done. I want to have a little bit more color, not just have the background show through everything. So I'm still working on the flat color. So what are the steps? I click on the black line art that's at the top. I use the magic wand. I click the space I want to fill in with color. Then I go to my flat color layer, my only unlocked layer. I use the paint bucket. So I'm just using the magic wand of the paint bucket. And I'm going to hold down Option, steal a color, let go of Option, and use that to drop in. Let's see. And I think I will fill in these dots. I can select all of them by holding down Shift, but this time you can see it. They are not connected to each other, right? So I'll still have to color them individually. But I'm going to choose this color, the blue, with my paint bucket, go to my flat color layer, and drop them in. So now this is what my flat color is doing. Pretty basic. Flat color. If I turn on the black line art, there it goes. I'm going to take all of my color references and I'm going to put them into a folder group. Mark that red, lock it, so I can just turn it on and off. Right? So that would be the flat color version of my spot illustration. But when I squint, yeah, it kind of works. Doesn't have a lot of pizzazz to it. So now maybe I want some other references. So I found some interesting ones. I, over spring break, visited Santa Fe and the first Meow Wolf. And they have some great illustrators and artists there that do kind of posters. So here are some details from some of that Meow Wolf work. This is not flat color. This is what's called duotone. So how is that different? Let's look at our slides. Flat color, every local color is filled in with one thing. Even if it's a white, it's filled in with a white, right? Flat color, flat color. Duotone takes that local color, like the skin tone, the hair color, the green of the Ninja Turtle, and it splits it into at least 2 tones of that color. So it's called duotone because you need at least a highlight and a shadow. Now what makes it duotone is that the color is the same color, it's just a lighter version and a darker version. These are what are called tints and tones in art theory. So let's see that. You see the little intestine here, that's blue. Well, it's made with a light blue and a dark blue. So that's duotone. You see the heart here, it's red, but it's made of a dark red and a light red. That's duotone. You see the claws, they're yellow, but they're of a light yellow and a dark yellow. So all of those are duotone. The gray, light gray and a dark gray. The fur, light brown and a dark brown. All duotone. So what does this look like? This is what's called hard edge duotone, like we see with the Ninja Turtle here. But you can also do it with soft edged, with a gradated edge. And you can even add white to it and black to it. That would be soft edge duotone. So we're going to show you both, but we're going to start with hard edge. So this is the flat color. This would be the flat color with duotone hard edge. Add it on. It takes the local flat color and it splits it into lights and darks. Here's the flat color. Here's the duotone hard edge, which takes all the flat colors and splits them into a light and a dark. How do we do that? What I do is I take my flat color and I duplicate it onto a new layer. And I lock my original flat color and I rename the duplicate, and I'm going to call this duotone hard. Now, what color should it be? I will make it green for lettuce, right? So after cheese, I put my lettuce on. Now my ketchup, that's all the different like flavor examples of reference. Now my duotone hard edge, what I'm going to do is use image adjustments, the levels, to darken my flat color, to get a shadow version. So I push the midtones to the right, and then I limit the highlights. So that basically this duplicate looks like my flat color, but in shadow, like in low light. Then how do I do hard edge duotone? I just take that's nice and crisp. I take my lasso with a 0 pixel feather, and I like to do this with the tablet, right? You'll see why. And then I'm going to say, oh, I want the lighting to come from the top. And then I cut away the highlights. Right? So what do we have here? We have one layer that's like this. If I turn off all the other layers, you'll see it. Those are my duotone shadows, but underneath it, my flat color is showing through. So wherever I strip away, it's going to reveal the color underneath. So maybe like the top edge of this wing. It's big shapes, I just cut it away. The top of the beak. Maybe the whole of the beak. And everything except for the inside of it. Right? Cut away. Now this is tricky because you have to make pretty strong decisions about where highlights are going to be. But it's easier to start this way with hard edge, where you're making really, really clear decisions, and then change that into soft edge by making a duplicate of it, and then just by using Gaussian blur to take away focus. So this is a simple way of just giving you two tones. They're just my flat color coming through. Remember? So first I made a duplicate of my flat color. This is my flat color. Here I'll show you with the gray behind it because that can help you see it. So that's my flat color. I made a duplicate of that and then used levels adjustments to make them all darker. And now I've locked my flat color. I can't hurt that anymore. But as I erase from this by just making hard edge selections and then hitting delete, it deletes from the shadow color and it lets the flat color come through. Now, this is really common in animation because it's easy to reproduce. It's easy to have multiple people be able to shade this way and have it match, right? Because it's very limited options. And that's why duotone hard edge is so common in animation. It has its own name, which is called cell shading, which comes from the way animation cells, which were plastic films, were originally painted before digital. All of the digital coloring started for film and animation in the 1990s. Now, all of this you should feel pretty confident about because we're not destroying anything. We're not taking away any options. Because it's all there in our flat color already. If I want this to look a little reflective, I'll just do some little bands of light there, right? So now what about all of these? With Duotone. What's nice is that you can go through multiple colors this way. You don't have to do one color at a time. I can just do this kind of thing, and it will cut through all of them. Right? And maybe I want that for this. It's just a little kind of weird monster where the lighting's a little strange. So I can do almost arbitrary cutouts. So that might be my Duotone hard edge. But wait, now we have, our darks, because that's actually just our Duotone shadows, right? But what if I want to interrogate my flat color? Because usually Duotone the local color is not just the light color of Duotone. Most commonly, your local flat color is kind of an average, and your Duotone goes lighter than the average and darker than the average. So how can we do that? Now I can duplicate my flat color, lock my Duotone shadows, and now turn this into my Duotone highlights. Not very good at typing within Photoshop. All right, so now Duotone highlights is the only thing that's there. It's a duplicate of my flats. And I'm going to go to Image Adjustments, and I'm going to brighten it. Do the opposite of what I did with the shadows. Yes, it's my Duotone hard edge. That's like the lettuce on the sandwich, right? Not necessary for a sandwich, but you might like it. Now this is a different kind of cheese, right? Because it's all the flat colors. So it's another yellow layer. But this time I'm going to brighten it up, and I might interrogate it further by playing with color balance and shifting the highlights warmer. And shifting the shadows cooler. Yeah, I'll be right there. But it only really seems to affect this, which I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, they are different. So you can see how those background colors now are a lot more contrasted, right? And that's just because I duplicated and played with adjustments. I brightened up the local colors. So now these are my Duotone highlights. All right, so I'm going to save it there. Okay, so in my Duotone hard edge, it's basically everything I colored in flat color now has two tones, with the exception of the eye. So I'm going to fix that. And to do that, I need to unlock my Duotone hard edge layer, lock my new Duotone highlights layer. So I'm going to call this Duotone hard shadows, because that's what's contained in this layer. There's a lot of ways to do this, but this is the way I've found that I really like. Right? So now I'm going to make a highlight for the eye. Let's see, let's do it like that. Oh, but I caught a little bit I didn't want. So remember, you can also use Option to subtract from your selection, Shift to add to it.